Happy Friday, Tallahassee. This is student meteorologist Chris Malve here with FSU weather. Right now we're taking a look at Doak Campbell Stadium. It is a wonderful day outside, not a cloud in sight. We're at 76 degrees right now with a slight breeze at 7 miles an hour there. And the main story today is it's just been a wonderful day in Tallahassee. A little bit cooler this morning, but as you can see, things have warmed up a bit here. We're at 76 degrees there. Tallahassee, Thomasville, you are at 73 degrees there. And looking at our radar, not a whole lot of action right now, but we do have some ground color right here. But other than that, very clear skies right now. And we're still going to get a little taste of that cooler weather tonight. We'll be at 57 in Tallahassee tonight, a little bit warmer towards the coast there. And as we look towards the day planner tomorrow, we'll be in the 50s to start your day. And on tonight's show, we're going to be talking about the heat relief in Tallahassee, fire risk out in the west, and also the SPC winter outlook. All that and more on FSU Weather.
Good evening, Tallahassee. I'm Matthew, and welcome to tonight's edition of FSU Weather. There is a lot to talk about across the continent U.S. as there are fires right now in California that we'll be looking at, as well as there is a little bit of activity in the tropics, so we will also be talking about that. Plus, what does your weekend look like this week, and when will those temperatures start climbing back up as this fall weather has been really nice, but is it really here to stay with just so much going on with this nice cold front that has really chilled us out and given us some great weather for this weekend, and just in general for all of the southeast, as a lot of people have clear skies as well as just some nice chilly temperatures in the 70s and 60s for the most part. So just a great time to go outside and enjoy your weekend if you're here in Tallahassee, as this is a great weekend for football as you have Texas versus Georgia. FSU plays tonight against Duke, so hopefully the good weather will benefit us at Duke. And so, Chris, what does it look like right now in Tallahassee?
Well, Matthew, as you can see right behind me, we're just seeing lovely conditions outside right now. Not a single cloud in sight there, plenty of sunshine. And as you can see right next to me, our temperatures are pretty mild for this time of year. We're at 73 degrees, Tallahassee and Perry. You're at 75 degrees there. And here's another live look outside in Tallahassee. We're at 76 degrees there. A slight breeze, but just a perfect day to be outside. As you can see, no rain on our radar right there. Just the perfect time to soak up those rays, get some of that sunshine in. Although it was a little bit colder this morning, still a very nice day outside. For our temperature almanac, we were about at the average, just a little bit below. We were at 78 today, and our low temperature was way below our average. We were at 41 degrees this morning, so it was definitely quite chilly. You definitely had to be wearing a jacket this morning. Now, if you're going out tonight, it is going to be 55 degrees, so you might want to bring a light coat with you. And then we're going to see pretty similar conditions really throughout most of the Big Bend region. Again, a little bit warmer there down towards the coast, but low to mid 50s for most of our region. And if you're going to be traveling to Durham, North Carolina for the Duke game tonight, we're going to be in the high 50s there, but it is going to cool down a little bit by the end of the game there. So if you are attending the game, I would definitely recommend bringing a light coat with you. But if you're not traveling this weekend, you're staying here in Tallahassee, we're still going to be a little bit on the chillier side of things here. We're going to be at 56 degrees to start your morning, but we will warm up a little bit by 11 p.m. We're going to reach almost 70 degrees there. But good news is, if you're a beach lover, beautiful conditions this weekend. We're going to be in the low 80s, and we'll have a slight breeze, so you might want to think about that as well. But it is the perfect weekend to go to the beach. And for tomorrow afternoon, very similar story today. We're going to be at 80 degrees and mostly the upper 70s for most of our viewing region. And for their 7-day forecast, we are going to start to see our temperatures begin to rise gradually as we go on through this week. We'll be in the low 80s for your weekend, but look at this, folks. By the time we get into Wednesday and Thursday, we're almost in the 90s. But fortunately for our low temperatures, We're still going to be in the upper 50s. Now, Matthew, what has been going on in the southeast?
Yeah, if we look outside at the southeast right now, you can see we're looking very nice right now. Not many clouds in sight in any of these areas across the southeast, as that high pressure and cold front has just taken all those clouds and that cloud coverage away. We look outside at the radar, a couple of stragglers here down in Tampa and Miami, but overall the rest of the southeast is looking very nice, very pleasant weather. The cloud camera here, you take the moisture out of the air and you can see the clouds cleared out for the most part. You have a couple cloud coverage here down in the southern part of the Gulf of Mexico, but besides that, the cloud coverage is nowhere near where we need it in the southeast. We look at our drought monitor here, you can see the farther west you go, the farther the drought starts to pick up a little bit and is a little bit more extreme in some areas near Texas and Oklahoma, but here in the southeast, we're looking very pleasant right now. A couple of areas to watch in Alabama and Mississippi, but for the most part, it's very nice right now. We've gotten a good amount of rainfall this year to prevent those droughts. Our cloud coverage right now, you're going to see as we go into Saturday, some clouds will creep into Mississippi and into Florida with a couple of small showers here in Jacksonville, but overall, just a pleasant weekend to be outside and enjoy the weather to its fullest, as a warm-up will be coming later starting next week. We look at our temperatures right now, 70s across the board with a couple areas just below the line at 69 and 67 in Charlotte and Nashville, but overall looking very nice and very pleasant. Tonight's forecast, everyone will be sitting in the 40s except for Central and South Florida, where the cloud coverage will keep them down closer to the 60s and 70s. The temperature, well, we're looking a little bit below normal, but the further west you go, as you go towards Texas and Oklahoma, that yellow line is where the temperatures are above normal. So this cold front has really brought us down temperature-wise below what we normally see for this time of year, which is very nice for a lot of those people who are trying to enjoy those chillier temperatures. Tomorrow's forecast, you can see 70s, some clouds here and there for some cities, but a lot of sun for the most part in the southeast. So just a great time to be anywhere in the southeast, because guess what? The temperatures are going to be perfect to be outside, go a hike, go have a barbecue with friends. Great time to enjoy your weather to the fullest. We look in Nashville here, 70s, but as we start getting into Monday, Tuesday, it'll start warming up into those 80s again, but you still will have lows in the 40s, and those lows will also increase as well as the temperatures start climbing into early next week. New Orleans, same story. You'll start climbing into the 80s starting on Monday and Tuesday with some clouds starting to pop up towards next week, but your lows will be remaining in the 60s with plenty of sunshine to enjoy if you are hitting the town this weekend in New Orleans. So Chris, what are we looking at nationally?
So thank you, Matthew. Actually, we're going to be taking a look at the tropics here, as we do have this potential tropical cyclone 15 right here. It does have a 70% chance of development over the next 2 days and the next week. It is very likely that this system could become a tropical storm, but the good news is this storm is not going to have any effects on Florida, but here's the track of the system. By Saturday afternoon, this storm should be moving into Belize and further inland by Sunday morning, but again, nothing to worry about for the Florida Peninsula, fortunately. Now, this system will bring quite a bit of rain to the area. You can see Belize could be seeing up to 4 inches of rain there, and even more inland, you can see almost 6 inches of rain there, and Cancun, just a bit over 3 inches of rain. So definitely could be quite the rainmaker, and it could definitely cause the risk for flooding. We do have another system in the tropics, though, but right now it's only at a 10% chance of development. But we're going to switch things up here. Matthew, tell us about some of the winter weather that we could be seeing nationally.
Yeah, actually, we're going to start going out west, and we're going to look at the fire weather outlook that we're having out here, as there have been a breakout of fires in the California area. You can see here in the red areas are where it's most extreme, which includes Santa Clara and San Bernardino, and we have some elevated risk further up the coast near San Francisco. And this is due, well, let's look at the severe weather warnings first. You can see that a lot of these areas near San Francisco and near LA have a fire weather warning in effect because of the dry weather they have been seeing, which has increased these risks, right? And if we look, right, you can see you have the Diablo winds in the Los Angeles is seeing the Santa Ana winds, which are caused by this high pressure, which is going to drive these winds down towards the coast, which will affect the weather and the fire outlook, as it can help fires jump over fire lines, which can increase the danger of these fires in these areas. We look at how strong these gusts have been. They were very strong on tonight and into tomorrow, but as we get into Sunday, they'll start dying down a little bit, which should help with firefighters as they try to control the fires if they break out in these areas. And the relative humidity, it is very dry right now in California and into Nevada. You can see 17% in Fresno, 21% in San Jose. Very, very dry, which does not help the fact that these fires now have less moisture, so that way they can break out much faster as the atmosphere is very dry. We look at Los Angeles right now with the fire outlook, right? Temperatures will start popping back into the 80s by Sunday and Monday, but your lows will be just around 60. San Francisco, same deal, but you might get a little bit of a cold front as it'll start going down towards 74 degrees with lows in the 50s. So Chris, now let's take a look at that winter weather.
That's right. So as you can see by this 2024-2025 winter outlook map, we're expecting to see a lot more precipitation, especially up towards the northwest there, but for most of the southeast, very dry conditions ahead for this winter weather season. And for those temperatures as well, quite below average for most of the northwest there, but as I mentioned before, you can see a lot more of those likely above average temperatures for the entire state of Florida and several portions of the southeastern U.S. right there. Now, here's what we know so far about the winter outlook for this year. So we're expecting those warmer and drier conditions, especially across the southeast, going into this year. And we're also expecting some more of those colder temperatures up towards the north there. And we can expect that the major northeast cities will likely see below average snow once again. But we do have some current winter weather advisories and storm warnings right now. As you can see, these areas in pink are actually some winter storm warnings. You can see Cedar City, you have a winter storm warning there, and a few winter weather advisories into Colorado right there. So just a few spots of snowfall still to come. As you can see, we have some heavier pockets right here around Santa Fe. You can see some more of that moderate snowfall in the forecast. Now, for Denver, we're going to start to warm up as we head into the work week. Will be a little bit cooler this weekend. We do have a chance of rain on Saturday there, and we'll be in the low 60s, but we'll gradually warm up to the upper 70s and very sunny conditions come Tuesday. And for Salt Lake City, pretty similar story. You're going to be in the 60s and warming right back up. But Matt, can you close our show and tell us what can we expect here locally in Tallahassee?
Yeah, as we take one more look outside at Doak Campbell Stadium, you can see beautiful sunset is about to start here in Tallahassee, and we are sitting in those lower 70s, which is where we love to be this time of year, with that fall weather just bringing us a nice chill. And we look at the radar, well, not a cloud in sight. Just a great time to hang out this week with friends, be outside, go for a hike, go camping. Great time to enjoy the weather to its fullest. And our temperatures were a little lower than we are used to here, both as our high and low, just a little bit lower than normal, which is thanks to that cold front, which has given us just a nice chill to start this beautiful weekend. 55 degrees tonight, mainly clear, so you'll have that chance to see that comet one more time tonight. So take full advantage of it if you can. With tonight's forecast, 50s across the board, with it being a little bit warmer towards the coast thanks to that sea breeze, but overall looking very nice for any outdoor plans you have tonight. For the Duke game, well, temperatures will start out close to 60, but by the end of the game, you will start seeing temperatures fall into the upper 40s, as it will be just a bit chilly there at Duke. So if you are watching as a Florida State fan, make sure you bundle up unless you're used to those cold temperatures. Tomorrow afternoon, well, upper 70s for the most part. Just a great time to enjoy your weather to the fullest and what it can look like with a great pool day tomorrow, because you're going to have tons of sun, no clouds, so make sure you have sunscreen because it will be very sunny tomorrow with a UV index that will be pretty high. But as you can see, temperatures will warm up into the 80-degree mark, so just a great time to hit the pool and enjoy it to its fullest. We look at the chance For rain, as this week starts to progress, you're going to see it's going to slightly start getting elevated. Some clouds will move into the region starting next week, but it will stay relatively low thanks to that high pressure unit to the north, which will give us just a lot of time to enjoy the week to its fullest. 7-day forecast with the weekend always in view. You're going to see we have a great weekend ahead of us. Great time to enjoy college football. Go outside, throw the football on Landis. Just enjoy it. And as we start progressing into next week, some clouds might start coming back, but you will see the main story is those temperatures will start climbing back up into the upper 80s with lows starting to get into the lower 60s. Thank you for joining us tonight, and I have been student meteorologist Matthew Wisnett.